Hey there guys, welcome back to AFC Game by Game. This is my preview for tomorrow's match. Arsenal travelling to South London to face Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park. A game that, as always, I'm really looking forward to. And why shouldn't I be? It's a chance for Arsenal to make it 12 wins out of 12. And given that we've got Liverpool next week, I don't want to look too far into the future. But Palace, Blackpool, two winnable games. But I think the first thing to say is this game isn't going to be the straightforward, simple fixture that a lot of Arsenal fans, I think, are perceiving it to be. That's not to say that we're underestimating Palace in any way, but it's important not to get overconfident. Palace are a side that have got some very good players in their side. I was watching Milivojevic. I don't know if I definitely said his name wrong. It's probably the hardest Palace player's name to say, but he was on Football Focus this morning looking really composed, really calm, despite everything that's not quite working out at Palace this season. Roy Hodgson, I know he's got his critics, but he's a player, he's a manager, probably a bit old to be playing these days, that does know how to set up a team in these sort of games. He will make it difficult for us, and he has, he's a manager with fantastic experience, and this won't be, an unfamiliar task for him. And Palace notoriously do well against sides, bigger teams, when they're not in a great run of form. I remember when they beat Chelsea the other season, when they weren't particularly playing well, and I've still got nightmares of that 3-0 defeat we had there in April 2017. So it's not a ground that I particularly like going to, and it is a ground where it is difficult to play. Of course, they've got a fantastic stadium, brilliant supporters, and it is going to be a very difficult game for us. I don't think we can expect to go into this game winning it 3-4-0. It would be great if we could, but if we can have another few passages of play that were as attractive and as lucrative as the style of football we saw against Leicester City, then I think we should hopefully get a comfortable victory in this game. I don't want to speak too soon. I think we're going to be under the cosh at times. I think it will be difficult for us. I'm really worried about Zaha. He's a player that can cause us problems in this game, especially players that drive at our defence do seem to scare us a little bit more. But up top with the likes of Aubameyang coming off the bench, with Danny Welbeck, who scored 5 goals this season, the same as Lacazette. I mean, he's been a brilliant asset for us. The way Iwobi's playing, I really hope that we should at least score in this game, which is a positive sign. It's just a case of whether we can be a little bit more resolute at the back. It's positive, of course, that we go into this game on the back of a clean sheet. At the back, it's going to be tough to call. I think we're going to see Bellerin come back into the side. Leno should remain in goal, but I've got a sneaky feeling that Cech might play, given that he didn't start or even travel in the Europa League to Sporting. So I think he may just get the nod, which would be a shame given how well Leno's been playing recently, and I wouldn't want to see him dropped, especially whilst he's starting to gain some confidence. But at the back, it's going to be Bellerin. I don't think Holding's done enough to be dropped, but I've got a sneaky feeling it might just be Mustafi and Socrates. We might see that partnership reformed, which I think would be a shame given how resolute Holding's been, but he is playing a lot of football, so it's not too much of a shame to give him a break. So Socrates and Mustafi is what I think it will be. And then left back, that's a tough one because Arsenal don't really give away a great deal on whether players will be fit for the matchday squad. It says that Kolasinac and Monreal are being assessed ahead of the game, so it's tough to call. Hopefully one of them pulls through and we can have a natural left back. If not, I'm assuming it'll be Lichtsteiner, who, as I say, I don't think he was particularly convincing against Sporting. I don't think he did himself any favours in the game against Leicester. I do think he struggled in that match, so that's a slight concern. Palace will target that side if we do have Lichtsteiner starting at left back. And then the midfield, I think, pretty much picks itself. It's going to be, well, actually, saying that, we've got Xhaka that could start at left back now. Whether that will be a solid option for us going forward, I'm not too sure, but he hasn't really put a foot wrong there as of yet. In midfield, it will be, I reckon, going to be Torreira, who's been brilliant for us since coming into the side, and then Xhaka alongside him, hopefully. And then up top, going to have Ozil playing in the number 10 role, and then on the wings, I'd love to see Aubameyang get a start, but given the way he's coming into games off the bench, he is an unbelievable weapon to have from that 60-minute mark when players of the opposing team are starting to tire. And I think maybe going into that game against Liverpool, I'd look to play him from the start in that match. Whereas in this game, I'd actually really like to see Danny Welbeck get a start on the wing. So I'd have Iwobi and Welbeck on the flank, similarly to how they lined up in the game against Fulham. And then have Lacazette leading the line. I think that's a really exciting front line. Loads of power, loads of pace going forward, loads of drive. And then we've got Mkhitaryan, Aubameyang, Aaron Ramsey all to bring on from the bench. So it's looking very healthy, very robust. That would be the team I'd like to see start anyway. Let me know your team lineups in the comments box below. But Arsenal have the chance to make it 12 out of 12 tomorrow at Selhurst Park. Won't be an easy game, but this is a team that we should be beating if we've got any aspirations to get into the top 4 this season. It's a game that we shouldn't take lightly, but it's a game that if we get 3 points in will be massive for us. don't underestimate Crystal Palace because they are a dangerous team. Anyway, on that note, please do drop a like on the video. If you have enjoyed it, subscribe to AFC Game by Game. And as always, I'll speak to you very, very soon. See you later, guys.